Lifeless. Their eyes white. No sign of life in them. Are they dead? Hal whispered. They are dead, but not dead. Dead yet, if you know what I mean. How are we going to walk past them? Slowly, and we crawl a little, making sure we can walk right past them, Far sang. The two walking slowly, Far holding an arm to Hal, using his fingers, telling him to just walk slowly. Do not rile any of them up by making a sound. Almost in the clear, Hal's backpack hitting one of the dead walking, a loud noise from it. Far saying, "Oh crap! Start running!" The two running straight ahead. The noises behind them they can hear screaming, moaning of the dead. When in the clear, Hal breathing. Far explaining after taking a breath, "You rile one up, the rest of the group gets upset." They look so dead. They don't even look human anymore, Hal sang. I told you before, they are dead from the inside. They are not part of society anymore. 2 days of walking. 2 days of stories between the two. You were in the Navy. I wonder how they are dealing with this disease. I would not know because I left the ship. Right now, I'm wondering if they're sending a search party out for me. You escaped? Far understanding a bit more now. I did not mean to escape. I only did it because the person I'm trying to reach, she was sick and she stopped talking because the phone lines were dead. We were supposed to meeting 5 months ago, but I've not been able to communicate with her. You are doing this for love then? Far asked back. I'm not some guy who can easily approach a woman. This woman, I hope she's okay. I hope I get to see her. The phone, service coming back on his phone. Hal asking why phones would still work while the world is going through this thing. Money, my friend. It's all about the money. The government is not shut down as of yet. As long as you have money, still, your bank is linked to your phone. As long as your carrier can take payments still, you are able to use your phone still. Here we are, Far pointing to. My phone says we are in the city of Trinidad, Oregon. Hal showing his phone to Far. There it is. There's the ferry docks. The ferry will take you to Los Angeles, getting closer to your destination. Getting closer to the ferry. A big fence, guards guarding the entrance. A man stopping the two. You two cannot be here unless you have some money in your accounts. This man needs a ride to California, Far saying. The ride to get there is $1,000. Does your friend have it? The security guard asking. Hal opening his phone. The man having a scanner. Hal tapping his card. The processing complete. Same price here for my friend, looking at Far. Far thanking for the gesture, before saying he wasn't going along with him, even if offered. I figured you might want to go and see your family. Do you not? It is not. I am not accepting the offer. But I cannot take the offer, friend. Pulling him to the side. What is the matter, Far? Wondering why his new friend would not take the offer presented. I'm sorry, but my wife and kids died a few months ago. Didn't you tell me they were in San Francisco or something? I only told you this because we once took a trip there. It was my fondest memory. I was living by the beach. That's why I found you there. I enjoy watching the sunsets, sunrises, hoping eventually when I succumb to this disease, hopefully a cure is found, helping those who have not turned yet. You think you'll be around for it? If it comes out soon? Hal saying sincerely to his new friend. The two saying goodbye before Hal could go through the gates, the guard holding a thermometer to his head. What's this? Hal questioning. This is to make sure your temperature is below 97 degrees. Not understanding what he was talking about, the guard let him get inside the gate. 8 months later. I did not think we would finally be able to pull into a port for once. Lieutenant Villa smelling the warm, fresh air of San Diego. Bro, it is not great. We are only here because we were having to unload the dead bodies who did not make it. 15 have died, being offloaded. All caskets draped with the American flag on them. The special-made van being used to pick up the caskets, delivering them to where they needed to go. The sailors on board who survived, all of them looking at the caskets. One casket, everyone raising their finger to their heads, everyone saluting the casket. Lieutenant Villa, Lieutenant Hernandez, saluting as well. A somber flute playing over the speaker before a voice coming on, saying, "Farewell and following seas. Captain Crowley, his casket, last one off to be loaded off the ship." 3 hours later, people are beginning to leave the ship for some R&R. The rules? Only allowed to stay on base, not allowed to explore the outside of it. At the food court, every seat was placed 2 seats apart, seeing the disappointment with the sailors on board, all of them looking like they would rather be back to a world where the world was normal. Both officers walking around the mini-mall, passing the food court, saying hello to fellow sailors. Lieutenant Villa telling Lieutenant Hernandez, "Everyone is bummed. They're all trying to feel normal here, you know?" Lieutenant Hernandez said, "We are only here for a few days. We go back out to sea. We'll see where this all will lead to." "But where is this leading to, bro? You notice everyone around here is miserable? You ever wonder what happened to Lieutenant JG?" Lieutenant Villa asking Lieutenant Hernandez. "I know. If they ever find him, he will surely be kicked out of the Navy." Lieutenant Hernandez whispering the truth. "Do you even think the Navy cares about him?" Lieutenant Villa asking sarcastically. "What do you mean?" Lieutenant Hernandez asked. "Our employer," Lieutenant Villa referring to the Navy, "they have bigger problems to worry about, rather than worrying about one sailor missing," chuckling after saying. Chief Miller, seeing the two looking at some magazines. "What are you two up to? I know everyone looks pissed, how the world now looks totally different. Wouldn't you agree?" asking the two. "How are you doing, Chief?" Lieutenant Hernandez asked. "I'm fine. My kids back home got to text me a few minutes ago." "How are they?" "They are secluded in their home, ordering out instead of getting out. Have you two checked up on your families?" Lieutenant Hernandez smiling. "I have nobody to talk with. Present time, my soon-to-be ex-wife. I hope she is going through this divorce with optimism." "What kind of optimism are you referring to?" Lieutenant Villa asked with a smirk. "The optimism of letting her get this tiger," Lieutenant Hernandez referring to himself. "Letting this tiger roam free again." Lieutenant Villa and Chief Miller laughed when Lieutenant Hernandez said this to them. Lieutenant Villa explained that his wife is waiting for him, but it's better the two being on this break, without choice. "You know, when two people have been together for a while, you might need a break sometimes. You know what I'm saying?" telling the two. "I hear that," said Chief Miller. "Any word on your missing friend?" Chief asked. "Not much to say, except he is UA." UA is a term for unauthorized absence. "I think the Navy doesn't care about him, as of the moment, because this disease is taking so many. This little thing about one person leaving, trying to find true love, it is not on the radar within the higher-ups." "Captain Sandoval, I'm sure he is well aware of missing Lieutenant J.G. Howell." "We're here right now. We are in San Diego," Lieutenant Hernandez arguing with the three around him. "We can go to the front gate. We can make up a story. Tell them we are grabbing some things from the local supermarket, where the base does not have it. We are officers. They cannot tell us no." "You got a point," Chief Miller sang. "You two should easily be able to pull this off," he said before he left the two. "Who is allowing this shopping trip?" The front gate guard, asking the two officers standing before him, Lieutenant Villa and Lieutenant Hernandez, giving each other a look, trying to figure out their next move. Walking up to the guards, walking up to Lieutenant Hernandez and Lieutenant Villa, Chief Miller appears with 2 backpacks, hanging up the phone, taking the phone, placing it back on its stand, the guard asking Chief Miller the purpose of his presence. Chief Miller said to the 3 of them, surrounding them all, "The captain has given you 2 permission to find our missing shipmate, who has gone, possibly still in the area." The 2 confused, each grabbing a backpack. Chief Miller pulls the 2 away from the guards, speaking to them alone. "I'm close with some friends, who in return are close with Captain Sandoval. He is tasking you 2 with this mission. If you 2 get to bring him back, alive, hopefully, this will give the captain a chance at making admiral." "We are doing this basically to help the captain move up?" Lieutenant Villa grimacing. "It's a good deal. Take it. Find the missing officer? All is well," Chief Miller saying, putting a cigar in next. "It's a good thing we have our regular clothes. We get to go look for Lieutenant J.G. Howe in hopes we get to find him." Lieutenant Hernandez